So originally I was gonna make a proper video about this, but I didn't want to wait. So decided to just go live and then it'll get uploaded eventually, and I'm doing it on my laptop, which is why the camera's not the best. But so everyone knows about the Nike Go Flies because a bunch of sneaker influencers have been uploading videos about them, and that's drawn up the hype. And I understand that. I am a sneakerhead and I collect sneakers, but I have a couple issues with it. So if you don't know, Nike Flies was something that was set up with people with impairments alongside Paralympians. And they were designed for people with impairments to make it easier for them to have access to these sneakers by means of making sure they're easier to put on, laceless, slip on, so people with upper extremity impairments can get them on, like myself. Like, I can't tie laces because I've only got use of one hand. And yeah, and for the most part, I've been pretty good about, allowing people to get them. Like, for example, like in my collection now, I have around 4 or 5 pairs of different Fly sneakers. I got 2 pairs of the Jordan 1 Fly 2 pairs of the Air Max 90 Fly a pair of the Pegasus 37 Fly and along with a pair of the cleats. But the Fly Ease Go is the first time that they've really pushed it with mainstream influencers, and that's drawn up the hype. And for me, for example, I waited for months, constantly checking the Nike app to make sure that when they came out, and I knew exactly when it was and what time. But for some reason, as soon as I got on there, they weren't available on the day and the time they said they were supposed to. And so many of my friends have had the same issue, that they went on there to check and they couldn't get it. But now people are reselling these things for anywhere from $500 to $800. And these are people who are able-bodied, who are just trying to make some money. And that has really, really annoyed me, because there are so many people with disabilities who haven't had access to these sneakers. And the whole point of them is to make life easier for people with disabilities. And most of these people probably can't afford $800 for a pair of shoes. And it's so dumb, because that just makes me mad, because like people don't realize that having something that gives someone independence means more than anyone will ever understand. And people who are able-bodied, for the most part, I feel like don't understand what it means, because they've grown up being able to do things. And like, for example, me with my disability, like, I'm 22 years old and I've not been able to learn to tie my own shoes. So having availability to have shoes I can easily slip on, and I was designed for people like myself, it's something that's special. And I'm just putting this on my Instagram story, hoping that people will come and give their opinions, and I'll answer their questions and talk to people. It's just annoying, because like, so many people think that everything that can be done to help people with impairments has been done. But in reality, we are so far away from that. And people don't understand, because they think that like a building will have a ramp so those in wheelchairs can get into it. But it's so much more than that, because society's views, for the most part, are changing, but there's still a long way to go. And like, so many people have exploited this hype of these shoes to make money, and they don't really understand why those shoes are even designed that way. And like, don't get me wrong, I love Nike so much. They're one of my favorite brands, and they've done so much, like partnering with the Paralympics to give like stuff and like just the fact they've created this Fly's collection to begin with. Like I have so many pairs because like they look sick, and the fact like, I can take them on, put them off by myself. I don't have to try and ask people to tie laces for me and anything like that. And that's something that's always been tough for me. And so I can't tie my own laces, and I hate having people do it for me because like I feel like, well, they're like, oh, he's 20 something and he can't tie his laces. What a weirdo! Like I can't help it. Like unless someone has taught me a way to tie with one hand, which they haven't, I'm kind of stuck. So no, it's just a bit stressful, you know, and a bit annoying because like look, I'll bring up some of the pairs now. Like some of the stuff that people are trying to sell them for, like so. Like I have a couple pairs of the Air Jordan 1s, but like one of my favorite pairs was the all black pair. In my size, anywhere from $650 to $700 that people are $750, I should say. And I'm pretty sure retail was only just over 100, but like the Volt pair, which everyone kind of knows, is anywhere close to $500 in my size. And like it's just so frustrating because like yes, I have nice shoes, but I can't afford to spend $700 on these things. And like yes, they'd be so beneficial for me because of all the things I've already listed, but to other people's mind, it's just a way of making money. And like I've had conversations with people on the Nike like support, and like they don't know if there's gonna be another general release. But I definitely think there's something that Nike need to do to make sure that people who need these technologies, have access to them. Because like their whole marketing strategy was like for those with impairments, but they weren't like they could have given members access to those who like they knew bought Fly's sneakers in the past and who actually needed these rather than just letting the general public, no offense, get them because they don't need them. It's like they're cool, of course, but what one person might find cool might be the only sneaker that someone can get on by themselves and wear whenever and wherever they want to, and that's priceless. Like because of like having that independence to be able to do that, and someone else is taking that opportunity away because they wanted to make a bit of money. It's just annoying. Like, and they've been out for a good few months, and I've really put off trying to talk about it because I never really thought anyone would listen or anyone's like would think my opinion matters. But a friend of mine posted something on Instagram and it got me thinking about it again, and I was like, I need to do this. Like Nike, I'm sorry, but this stuff needs to be done. And yeah, well, the odds that my little voice over here gets heard by a multi-billion-dollar corporation like Nike is slim to none, but at least something can be done about it. And it's just frustrating, you know, like I don't know what to do anymore. It's just a little bit difficult. And I know people have like come up and spoken out about how they weren't able to get access to get these shoes, and like Nike's done so well with Flies. They're like so many different colorways of like the Jordan 1s, MX 90s, Pegasus. Like there's so many variations of these shoes for people to get a hold of. But for the most part, some people might have still struggled. But then the Fly's goes the way they were designed, that you simply just clicked in. Like for example, like me, I can get the Fly's because I have use of at least one of my upper extremities. But for people who don't have access to either someone to do it for them, or their impairment means that they can't, like, mess around with Velcro or whatever. Having that is just so beneficial in their lives, and no one really understands that unless you've been in that situation. And obviously, I know right now no one's really watching or paying attention, but yeah, I'm gonna just go back on Instagram, I think. So what's up, Instagram? Just out here on YouTube going live to talk about how I'm feeling about some of this sneaker stuff, and I don't know, I'm just trying to make a bit of a splash if possible. So if you have any questions or you just want to join in this conversation, head over to my YouTube channel, just Adam Freeman, and come join the conversation, and we'll talk about people's experiences, if they've tried to copy them or not, and just hang out and speak about it. So check it out. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I have tried getting other sneakers like Flyers, and I've been successful either getting them online or in shops and stuff. And like, they're the coolest thing ever. And like, just getting the opportunity to talk to someone if they ask questions like, hey, like, why do those shoes look the way they are, or what shoes are those, and be able to say like, hey, oh yeah, these are Nike blah blah blah, made for people with disabilities like myself. So kind of like, I have the laces tied by someone else, but I never have to undo them because sometimes the Air Max 9s have that silicone heel counter. And it's just so cool because people are like, whoa, that's really cool. I had no idea that those kind of shoes were being made, yada, yada, yada. But, you know, not much I can do about it, but I'm going to try for sure. And nothing's really going to stop me from doing that. But obviously, the other things, I hope everyone had a safe and happy 4th of July for my people out here in America and those who aren't. Just hope you had a good day, because, you know, even though I sound that I'm British because I grew up there, my family is English, but born in America, I'm American. So I celebrate, the freedom of this nation, and I guess, even though everyone makes fun of me for it because, the way I sound. But yeah, it's just frustrating because, growing up with disability, I don't know any different, but I've had many conversations with people, and had conversations with like classes at my university about what life is like, and ways that it can be difficult, and things that I agree that some people need to improve on and some places need to do better with, like in just daily life. Because like I said earlier, like, so many people think what can be done has been done, when in reality we are so far away from everything being done. But they see that things are getting easier, and they like, oh, I don't have to do any more than that. But it's so far from the truth, because everything is changing. Like, every one with an impairment is different. Like, no two impairments are exactly the same. Like, for example, like, you might have a ramp, and like some wheelchair users can get into the building through it, some might not. For example, like, you might have a ramp, but then if there's like a little lip at the top, someone might not be able to get over that, and that way you've lost people's business, and you're basically denying someone access to whatever you're doing, or so on and so forth. And I think a lot of that is to do with just people not having the knowledge of impairments and society, and they don't know what to do, so their immediate thought is to, I guess you could say, make excuses or whatever, and that needs to change. And a lot of the stuff that I do on social media or whatever is inspire those who think that they can't, because mindset is so important. And if you have that negative mindset about it because that's what you've grown up on or experienced, then you're not really going to benefit at all. And I apologize if you can hear that. There's the train going past my house a little bit up the way. It's tough, man. It is tough because people have been trying for so long, and some stuff's been done, but some stuff people haven't really realized yet. But no, sneakers is something that should be accessible to everyone. And I could sound hypocritical because I buy and sell shoes and stuff, but general releases I get. But these shoes, like Flyees, it just means so much to me as someone with a physical impairment, because it's the first time that I feel like a big company has really thought about this community. Because, like, yeah, companies will do like slip-ons and stuff, but having something that was marketed and advertised, even though I guess they're the same thing, it's been a rough couple of days, guys. So I just have something that's like marketed towards a community that means so much to me because I'm part of, and I know so many people are in that, and like some of the most amazing people I know are part of this community. It's the first time that a brand has really marketed towards this group of people that I care so much about, and to have people come in and exploit it and take stuff away from these people, it just hurts, It hurts because I don't know. I know I definitely want to make more videos talking about this, and I just wish there was a way that my little voice out here in middle of nowhere, Texas, could help make a change. Because the change needs to happen. It needs to be fairer for these individuals to get what they need to help make their lives easier, make their lives better, rather than having to try and buy them through resale. And like don't get me wrong, like I understand the resale market of sneakers, and I understand hype and everything like that. But I believe there's a time and place for these things and certain situations. Like I understand, like when the new Jordans come out, everyone wants them because of this Jordan brand, Like if that's like the 1s or the 4s or 3s, whatever number it is, come out, everyone wants them because it's a legacy of the Jordan brand and the history behind the footwear. But Flyees is so new and so revolutionary because, like I said before, like I feel like brands have never really catered and marketed towards this population. And it's just such an impact because some of these people have never been able to put shoes on by themselves perhaps before. And now they have to go spend, depending on size, maybe up close to $1,000 or something for a pair of Flyees. Like I couldn't even justify paying that for maybe like a pair of Chicago's or something. If you know about sneakers, you know why Chicago's are so expensive and what Chicago's are. But for Flyees, I just don't get it, and I don't know why people think that it's okay to take away these things from people like this. And I'm probably gonna end the live now because I don't really feel like saying much more. But I'm definitely gonna continue to make more videos, go live maybe some more times. I've also put something up on my Instagram. If you want to have any questions or opinions on it, you can follow that at _F_23_herbs, ERBS. And I put something up on my story, kind of giving people opinions if they want to put their opinion about what's going on. Yeah. It's just difficult, you know. And if anyone else like either watches this and comes over to my Instagram, or maybe I'll do a live on my Instagram, maybe. And hopefully, I don't know if possible, Nike finds a way of hearing this, because I would love to speak to anyone from Nike about this, or I don't know, maybe someone who works in the sneaker industry sees this and has connections. I would love to speak about this, and I would love to have some sort of input on this community, because doing things to inspire those who think they can't is one of my biggest inspirations, and one of my biggest things that I do is my why, is I like to call it, and I've done in the past. But just in life, that's what I want to do, is I want to make an impact on people, especially the population of those with any form of impairment, not just physical, because I care about this population so much, and so many people in this population have inspired me to do things and have helped me do things. And if I can help any way I can with younger people, older people, peers, I am doing that. I'm giving 110% of what I have into that project. And if somehow someone from some sneaker company sees this and wants to help out, just get in contact with me. There are so many ways to get in contact with me, and I'm usually pretty good, and I just want to help. And I think there's some stuff that needs to change and get fixed and prioritized. And I don't think that things will get better until that happens, obviously. Yeah, I think that's really going to be it for now. If you have any questions or opinions, please just list them. I say list them. Just put them down in the comment section, and I'll reply to as many as I get. Hopefully I'll get a few. But yeah, I appreciate you. If anyone is listening live or anyone watches in the future, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day, night, evening, whatever, to hear a little English American kid rant about a pair of sneakers. So thank you. I think I'm just going to end the stream here, and check out other videos, I guess. And if you have any questions, just get in contact. See ya.